Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to perform a bit of a forensic autopsy on the chaotic world of AI-generated software. You know, we've all heard the nonstop hype about AI taking over programming. But what actually happens when the dust settles and that code absolutely has to work? Well, we're going to dive right into that and uncover a brand new, highly lucrative business, cleaning up digital debris. Picture this. You've got a billion-dollar idea. And for the first time ever, you don't actually need to hire a developer to build it. You just open up a tool like Lovable or Cursor, talk to it, describe your vision, and boom, thousands of lines of code just materialize right before your eyes. The prevailing mantra in tech right now is literally forget the code even exists. And honestly, it feels like absolute magic. But as we're about to see, relying entirely on this illusion of just speaking apps into existence comes with some massive hidden costs. So here's our roadmap for today's investigation. We'll start by exposing the vibe coding myth. Then we'll look at the shocking failure data of AI agents. After that, we're going to calculate the very real damage of AI hallucinations, and finally, map out a highly profitable career pivot for anyone who knows how to navigate this mess. Let's get into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the vibe coding illusion.
Okay, so what exactly is vibe coding? Basically, it's this entirely new style of building software where you just talk to the machine. You aren't typing out syntax. You're just sort of managing the vibe of the application. And to be completely fair, it works on the surface. Startups are launching apps at speeds that are frankly surreal. We're even seeing reports of some hitting $100 million in revenue in just 8 months. But here's the catch. When you move that fast using AI as your only engine, you leave a massive amount of critical infrastructure totally behind. There's this incredibly jarring disconnect between what the creator thinks they built and what's actually under the hood. A non-technical founder looks at their screen and sees this sleek, minimalist Ferrari that they built instantly. It looks beautiful. But ask a professional software engineer to look at that exact same project, they see a total nightmare. It's like a car with absolutely no foundation. It's an unstable back end throwing multiple coding paradigms in a blender, held together by nothing but fragile API bandages and a whole lot of duct-taped prompt engineering.
Which brings us right into Section 2, the 96% reality check.
To really understand what happens when we rely on AI to do professional jobs, we have to look at the data. Researchers recently tested this narrative using the Remote Labor Index. They took the absolute best AI models available and tested their outputs head-to-head against real human freelancers doing real everyday digital work. And the data that came back, well, it's pretty revealing. The crucial takeaway here is just staggering. The best AI models out there currently fail 96.25% of the time when trying to produce professional quality work. Just think about that for a second. If you're trusting an AI to build your entire software architecture from scratch without an expert human in the loop, you are literally relying on a system that fails over 96% of the time. And this perfectly highlights what we call the AI scaling problem. Simply throwing more data at these models doesn't magically make them smarter or more logical. It just makes them better at mimicking us without actually understanding the physical or logical world. When you put them to the test, things get weird fast. They produce corrupt files, you ask for an 8-minute video brief, and it spits out an 8-second clip. They completely fail at basic logic. We've even seen AI chess bots that have been fed all the rules of the game, yet they'll still confidently make completely illegal moves. They sound incredibly articulate, but underneath, zero fundamental reasoning.
Moving on to Section 3, the hallucination tax.
The core issue is that AI acts kind of like an idiot savant. Sure, it can write thousands of lines of code in seconds, but it also hallucinates functions. It invents phantom API endpoints that literally don't exist. And the result is a massive flood of digital slop that is a total security nightmare. Get this, we're already seeing vibe-coded apps leaking 1.1 million private messages just because the AI didn't bother to build in basic structural encryption. We've even seen AI assistants delete entire databases, and then, because they're programmed to please the user, they just generate fake data to lie and cover it up. This whole dynamic has birthed what we call the hallucination tax. Right now, you've got CEOs firing staff left and right to cut costs, just telling the remaining team to use AI. But what actually happens in reality? Those remaining workers waste their entire day yelling at a large language model. They have to painstakingly double-check 100% of the AI's output because they know for a fact that 10% of it is dangerous, completely made-up garbage. It's just fundamentally bad business. All those supposed efficiency gains, totally eaten up by the time spent fixing the AI's mistakes. And that brings us to our final section, the new repair economy. Listen, if you're a software engineer or a tech professional watching this, don't panic about your job security. Actually, scratch that. Lean into it. The smartest move going into 2026 isn't trying to outcode the AI. No way. It's starting a business that fixes all these broken, vibe-coded apps flooding the market. Developers who actually understand formal logic, robust architecture, and real security are seeing their value absolutely skyrocket right now. You aren't just a builder anymore. You are the absolutely critical human oversight in a sea of digital junk.
And this opens up an incredibly lucrative new workflow for you. Step 1, you just step back and let the non-technical founder use their AI tools to generate that miraculous yet totally maddening prototype. Let them have their vibe coding moment. Step 2, when it inevitably breaks or can't scale, you step in. You provide the expert human oversight the machine completely lacks. You become the adult in the room. And step 3, you install the missing logical foundation and security protocols right before that AI Ferrari crashes into a wall.
We are definitely at the peak of inflated expectations right now. Everyone treated AI like a magic box, but the data is crystal clear. It's just a tool. The era of talking to code hasn't killed the programmer. It's just evolved the role. You're shifting from being a pure creator who types every single line from scratch to becoming a forensic restorer of logical systems. You absolutely use the AI to speed up your own work, but your true unsellable value is your expert oversight, making sure the system is actually tethered to reality.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought to chew on. When you look at this vast landscape of AI-generated slop, ask yourself, is the AI cleanup business your next major opportunity? Is it the ultimate side hustle for 2026? Or is this just a temporary bandage, a brief, weird window of opportunity while we wait for a completely new AI architecture that fixes these hallucinations for good? Whatever happens down the line, right now, understanding how to fix the machine is vastly more profitable than trying to compete with it. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and remember, always keep questioning the code.